let's see. Let us say hello to the people watching the VODs on the YouTube channel. Hello, hi.
Hi, VOD Squad.
Yo!
Hi, Twitch
VOD
chat.
Squad, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hi, welcome, hi. We're here, hi. Let's see. Somebody roll me a d4, please, and we'll see who gets to do the recap for the week.
Dude, I'm getting so confused because I don't have my tab in the correct space.
Oh.
Good luck.
Why is my Google Doc not loading?
Ooh, number
Please.
4. Actually, it is.
I didn't want to say the thing because I was like, well, if I say it, it's gonna land on me.
Yes, actually,
Did
it
it land on
landed
four?
on Ambrose. Would you mind
The
giving
Ambrose.
us the recap for last week's session?
Okay.
This is the best choice.
Oh no, he's dying now.
no, I'm okay.
Are you still feeling under the weather?
I'm pretty sure this is just winter coat dryness.
Oh,
I think.
Oh,
Hopefully.
Make sure
Yeah,
to
I'm
have some
covering
hot
myself.
beverage.
I
In
don't have hot beverage, but I have cold tea beverage.
Hmm. If I had more time before the session, I would have had a hot beverage in my hand.
Oh.
I was thinking about it, but then I just was too lazy.
Remember, you can always, if there's a portion where there's going to be a good amount of talking between two other people, you can always say, BRB, I must make hot tea.
But then
Yeah.
you miss the hot tea in game.
But hot tea in throat.
So, last session, we started off with what was going on Ambrose's side while the party was, currently being hit by a tsunami. All of it ends well.
Yeah.
Ambrose was in the middle of resting as he was feeling under the weather from the previous session. And that was totally not an excuse because I was ill and not available that day. But while he was staying at the Plain Dagger Inn, he had begun to dream. And the dream brought him to a strange place that was completely alien. Nothing there that he recognized. And as he moved about to the strange fauna and flora, he eventually heard a voice. And the voice brought him to a clearing. And there he saw Chi, Viren, and also a knight that I can't remember if the knight was introduced, but I know out of game, but I don't know if I know in game or not, so I'm not going to say that. I don't remember. But his helmet was shaped like a boar. That was like the main defining feature.
Mhm.
And being able to reconnect with Chi and Viren for a bit, the trio gave a kind of a brief rundown about what's going on between them, though of course it was not too long time that was spent there, as eventually Vithius, whose enormous form could be seen through the clouds, began to stir slightly, which led Chi to inform Ambrose that it's time to go, that there was something going on that he needs to be awake for. And so, being sent away from the dream, he wakes up in the inn and can quickly begin to hear the panic outside, which causes him to head towards the Inventor's Fair, where he knows his friends are. And heading there is when, immediately after the tsunami had hit and things had been, the entire Inventor's Fair most definitely destroyed, several buildings in disrepair, and more importantly, people's lives lost, families torn apart. Luckily, the party is able to find each other despite the fact that almost everyone was separated, and luckily everyone was safe, even if there was some serious danger originally. And when they had finally reconvened and began to look around and see what exactly has been going on, of the tower at least, the nobility and the saints, only to come down from the tower and begin to help people around of the citizens, which was the Trishul family, Borealis and Zephyr, the two nobles that we have already acquainted ourselves with. And on top of this, the saints were not only not doing anything, but they were seemingly bickering with each other. And after a bit, the saints finally speak up through their artifice, a sort of microphone, and they try to calm down the citizens that have begun to kind of wrap around the command tower to listen to what they're going to say about the Inventors Fair and the injured people, but they can't really manage to stop any of the emotions that the hurt people of Port Trail have. And it is Zephyr and Borealis that manage to help calm down the people. And eventually the question is brought up, what happens with the pass to the Upper City? And again, it is Borealis and Zephyr that manage to take the reins here and offer up the heroes of the Lower City, which is the party. It's quite obvious the Saints weren't too happy about that suggestion, but it seemed like it was the only way to calm down the citizens of Strail, so they begrudgingly accepted. And so the party was kind of put on a pedestal in the middle of all the citizens, and paraded around for a bit. And eventually the Inventors Fair was officially cancelled, and the party and Borealis and Zephyr continued to try helping the people of Strail in the Upper City to at least keep things a bit calmer and help a bit around. There is a couple conversations that the party has, mostly about the prior night's dream that Kipper had, which seemed to have instead been a prophecy of what was to come the day after, which he originally didn't speak up about because he is so used to it being nightmares that are just simply out there to try and deceive him. After speaking a little bit about that, the group decided to head to a place for food. After all, it's been a long day and a lot of things have happened. And on top of that, we finally have our way into the Upper City, without having to rely on the black market entrance. And there, we had some very high-end food, despite the fact that we were in the Lower City. We are, in fact, soaked in seawater the entire time, except Ambrose. Ambrose did not get hit by the water, though he was probably still pretty wet from helping people. But during the fancy dinner that we had, Ambrose kind of opened up that he was feeling conflicted about the Upper City, because internally he felt like that the Upper City deserved the treatment that it got today. The tsunami that hit and the destruction that ensued, he felt like it was a deserved thing, since the Upper City usually doesn't care about the Lower City, so why should he care about them? But he really doesn't like that train of thought and felt guilty over it, which he admitted to his friends. And unfortunately, though, the feelings that Ambrose had were still conflicted, and he decided to leave the dinner rather abruptly after he finished his food, leaving Rexmoa to pay for his food at his request.
Oh, I forgot about my sick roll at the end of last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Which, only Kipper is following Ambrose around after Ambrose said that perhaps only his brother Kipper should be with him for tonight. But luckily, in terms of money, despite the fact that we probably were a little, let's say, poor at the moment, Rexmoa decided to pull a patch from his robe, which happened to be 10 gemstones, 10 sapphires, worth 50 gold each. And the tab was 28 gold, because we had gotten some very high-end stuff.
I'm imagining that when Taurin saw the sapphires, Taurin was probably like, whoa.
Rexmoa was about to just like hand over all 10 of those sapphires.
He was, you know it.
Do you think this is
Oh
enough?
my
Do you
God.
think this is enough? Torrance was like, Christmas.
Imagine being the barkeep. Someone just like pulls like a pocket off their robe and suddenly 10 sapphires that are obviously pretty expensive, commodities just appear in his hands.
It is
I mean-
pretty much that, yeah.
The best magic trick you could ever see.
But that
Alright.
was the end of last session.
Good job.
I don't believe I missed any important info.
Not really. At the end, however, I recall that you, Ambrose, were wanting to go and clear out your mind after the emotional conversation that you had. So you decided to head back to the Plain Dagger in the lower city,
Yes.
while Rexmoa and Taurin were left in the upper city by themselves, and Kipper was following you, Ambrose. So the party right now is a
Hopefully
little
nothing
bit.
bad happens.
So the party right now is a little bit split. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Nothing bad has happened when the party's been split. Not at all.
Especially when it's the evening.
Oh yeah.
Nah, never.
So, with that, as I said, we could go into each of you guys, whatever we're wanting to do. I think we could go for you, Ambrose, and Kipper if you're going to the Plain Dagger, and then we'll go with Taurin and Rexmoa since you guys are in the upper city, and I have to give you some
I have a
insight.
feeling me and Ambrose are going to take a while. As
Hmm.
much as I would love to, well, as long
a
as
while.
as long as Villa and Courts would be fine with it, but we can totally just do our thing after Villa and Courts do their thing.
Well, it's gonna be the same, right? Because it's just
It's gonna be the
changing
same
it.
amount of time for you, but it just depends if Villa and Courts want to do their thing.
Well, that's what I'm
first.
saying.
You know
'cause
what?
We may
I don't know what
also,
our
Roll
thing
the dice.
is.
we may also take a little bit of time with this, since again they are in the upper city, and I have to tell you guys a little bit about landmarks and what they can see and all of that.
Okay.
So as
Let's
I
start
said,
Both of
out
them
with
is probably
the
going to take a
emotions,
bit.
then.
I guess I have to plot something, Villa. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
get the
Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
We'll come with something.
All right, so we're going first. All right. When we last left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
if you guys want to go first, that's fine.
I don't care. I just don't want to step on anyone's toes.
Okay.
Nah, we can always roll
I'm-
the dice, is what I'll say. Whoever
I'm just
gets the higher
role
roll.
playing. I'm a role playing brain.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So just to frame everything again, just so I can remember. So we're eating in the upper city, and it's starting to become like evening, like sunset, or
This
like.
is already evening. You have already eaten. You paid
Mhm.
and everything. You were pretty much just kind of
Mhm.
chilling around in the Drunken Minstrel, if I'm correct. I named that tavern. Yes, sir, the Drunken Minstrel.
Yep.
And obviously you had your conversation. Ambrose walked out. Kipper wanted to follow, and you guys are just pretty much staying there at this point. You've already eaten. You've already paid a very substantial amount of coin for a normal person. That is, and yeah, you guys are there pretty much. It is evening, because not really actually. It's fairly like early evening. It's not like sunset kind of deal, yes, but it will be at some point.
Okay.
But not yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, Taurin, is there anything you wanted to, get done before we, call it for the night? And I know your fur is a little bit damp still.
I mean, We could go and shop for a little bit. Do need some potions and spell things, so...
I wouldn't mind that at all. I've been meaning to check out the local library, if I could. I feel like the upper district might have a better selection than the scholars district in the lower district.
The library, that'd be a good choice to go to. And maybe we could even trade in those sapphires for some gold pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah. They were about to make for an excellent dinner, but sounds like a plan to me. And then let's pack up our 14 gold and head out that door.
Let's do it.
Sir.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys head out of the door, and as I mentioned before, the upper city is a much different place than what you were already witness in the lower city. Let me put you guys in a different area. The upper city is a much fancier place, obviously. All the people in all people in here are nobles or of more, I guess, rich backgrounds. The upper city itself is where most of the automatons of Portstrail are produced. Some of them may be produced in the lower city, but it's more on the lower end of like mass production. This is where like you would see the army, the like guard automatons be made. And as far as you've seen in the city, there's quite a lot of them. So this is 100% where they would be produced.
So they would be like patrolling the streets, where there would be like non-security automatons roaming around, like people's servants or something.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. You would see different kinds. While in the lower city they were, pretty useful, but in the upper city they look more humanoid in nature. In the lower city you could see more of like, the kind of more robot, like, kind of little guy kind of deal with automatons. While in the upper city you see more things that look more like humanoids or like animals.
Oh. Like a synthetic life in a way?
Yeah, exactly. And they all have their own like uses and their own like things. Because obviously have their own purpose. However, the one that you would see more consistently would be the guards, which are, also humanoid looking, and they have the colors of Portstrail, and they're also armed and so
like a city of like a city ran by them pretty much. There's not so much as the nobles, are kind of more in the houses, I'm guessing.
Not really. You would see a lot of people around. Well, in this specific moment, no. The tragedy happened a few hours ago. So you would not like see a lot of people outside, but you would 100% like, if this was normal, you would see like a pretty sizable amount of people roaming around the streets and everything.
Got it. Okay. A good picture. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you guys head outside, I will mention a few things. I probably didn't mention them at the last time because of the whole Inventors Fair and the different things that would happen in the Inventors Fair. But you would be able to see now that you have a little bit of a chance to, explore around. Besides the giant monolith of a tower that they have in like the center pretty much of the upper city, the command tower, as you've known to be, there are a lot of other industrial type buildings that are large enough that you can see them like even just walking around. Kind of like the size of the Arcane Academy in the lower city. There are not quite a few, but there's a couple of these buildings just posted around the city. Obviously, you would see the houses have more mechanical details, more metal pieces to them. Maybe some are functional, maybe some are decorative, but it is quite a difference. You see a lot more lights, like artificial lights, in the lower city, in the upper city. And you can also notice the fact that people are using these artificial lights to actually display information. You can see like signs powered up by what would be some sort of very fantasy primitive, like a neon sign, powered by, of course, the cartridges of the energy source that is called Stratagem. In these signs, the streets are very clean. You see like cleaner robots doing rounds, especially now that there's been some horrible thing happening. And obviously you are closer to the sea in this one. The docks is another one of the big ones. Part of the docks the upper city has part of the docks. Because, they deal with their own outside affairs in the upper city. So, where are you guys thinking about going?
Options.
Well, Taurin mentioned
Well?
wanting to go to a potions shop, so we could start there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Who is leading the party? So I'm gonna make you roll and see how long it takes you to find one, because you don't really know where they are, but I do have one.
I feel like we're both like equally
Spellcaster.
as competent when it comes to this, so...
Okay. Alright, you know what? I'll tell you what.
Taurin, if
of
you want to
you-
do it, you can.
Or what about both of you give me it would be a survival check, just to see how well you are able to
Survival?
navigate through this.
Surviving in the big city.
Yes, sir.
Dun,
Yes,
dun,
sir.
dun,
Yes,
dun.
sir.
It's actually one of the
All
things I'm
right.
good at. Well,
Survive.
he's supposed to be good at.
Okay. All right. 15 and a 16. Very nice. You guys are competent.
Oh, well, we both have a
enough.
5?
Yeah. You guys are competent enough.
Did that go?
You guys are able to
Okay.
find your way through the city. You may have gone through like a wrong turn, or like had to ask some random either automaton or person that is helping around. All of these things. But eventually you are able to find your way through the more fancy houses towards the it would be like a commercial area. It's not specifically like the one in the lower city, but you see this is more of like just shops, not so much as like workshops in a way, but like actual like shopping houses, like lumber shops. You would see a few signs here and there, but the ones that like call for your attention, there's 2 of them actually. One of them is Aromas and Apothecaries, and the other one is the Botanical Gardens.
Was it apothecaries or the botanical gardens?
Those are the only 2 that you may
So-
be able to discern. These guys are like potion related.
So, Taurin, what exactly do you need, potion-wise?
Let's see here. Let me open up my little bag of wonders, and I need. Let's see how much gold I got. Okay. Let's look for some mana potions.
All right.
Any of those around?
Wait, so it was aromas and apothecaries, and what was the name of the other store?
Aromas and Apothecaries, and the other one is the Botanical Gardens.
Botanical gardens. Ooh.
Huh. Well, I
Hmm.
suppose the apothecary might have us smelling a little nice, if that is also a part of your concern. I don't often, ascribe to such things, but,
Hmm.
My spouse is certainly a fan.
It'd be a good place to kind of stop to see if maybe they have any information on rare and exotic herbs or plants.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be harmful if we just, stop inside. So yeah, I guess we're both gonna go inside the aromas and apothecaries first.
Alrighty. So you guys go inside the aromas and apothecaries. Let me put you guys on this new map, which I believe this is an old map because you guys have so many background pictures. I might be repeating some of them because yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Recycling's good for the
Yes,
environment.
recycling is good. So, you guys enter the aromas and apothecary shop. The first thing that you see is obviously there is a bunch of flowers, ingredients all over the place. Some of them are growing in pots. Some of them are just hanging onto some vines or cables to dry. And yes, as Rexmoa did mention, there is a very pleasant aroma all around the area. And obviously you would also see like what would be, alchemical, I guess, tools for crafting any sort of, alchemy.
Okay.
Yep.
Very
So-
nice. So Taurin, we just kind of like glance around just a little bit and go, so what smells does your wife prefer? You can always fill a bottle and bring it back home for her.
Well, one of her favorites was the extract from a dung beetle that lives in the southern part of Galvathere. During mating season, they secrete a pheromone which attracts other dung beetles. She found it quite pleasant when mixed in with some sage and mold.
Oh.
Perhaps I should ask. Would be
Yeah,
an amazing gift. Last time I checked, she was running low.
There you go. That's a good idea.
And as you guys are looking around, from one of the back rooms of this shop, a curtain is open and a human woman would come out, and she goes, I'm sorry, I was in the back checking out some things. What can I help you with?
I gesture towards
Well-
Taurin.
Taurin kind of like lean in. I was wondering if you have any mana potions and maybe some. What was it? You said excretion of a dung beetle from. What was the location again? She'll like Rexmoa.
It is the emerald dung beetle, native to Galvathere. Do you have perhaps some of their mating season pheromones? Just the tiniest bit is sufficient for my needs.
She looks at the request with a little bit of an odd expression, and she goes, "Well, I certainly have some scent, maybe not that specific one, but I mean, I can help you. Are you looking for a perfume specifically?" And obviously, she would look at Taurin and go, "Oh yes, I do have a fully stocked up cupboard of magic potions, mana potions. Would you care to buy some?"
Would love to. Is there any deals going on today that I might possibly partake in?
Well, normally I would say yes, but you may understand that with the event that just happened, it might be a little bit hard to get those materials after, so I would like to keep my stock unless, prices may go up, and I've had to buy these materials for more expensive. So for now, unfortunately, I'm not offering any discounts.
Oh, unfortunate. Well, how much would it be for 2 mana potions?
Normal mana potions go for 20 gold each. Greater mana potions go for 50 gold each.
Let's see. We can do 1 greater potion, mana potion,
Okay.
And I'll do one normal potion, mana potion.
Got it. Yep.
Greater
that
mana
would
and a
be-
regular.
That would be 70 gold.
70 gold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that I can.
If you hand over the goal
Of
should
course.
go back to the back room, just, rattle a few things and then come back with your normal vial that with the blue liquid that you're already kind of familiar with, and a bigger bottle this time of, again, the same blue liquid. So definitely larger than the vial. But yeah, you now have one normal mana potion and one greater mana potion.
So one greater and one normal.
Mm-hmm. Normal, if I remember
70 gold.
correctly. The normal mana potion, if I remember correctly, it restores 2 mana points, and the greater restores 5, if I'm correct. Just to keep it in mind.
And got it. Perfect.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And as for your request, Rexmoa, she's kind of just waiting. See what you say.
Would you happen to have anything more on the earthy side? Perhaps the smell of a forest, a rainforest, right before precipitation, perhaps? That was one of the first times I ever went out with the missus.
Of course,
Aw,
and she
memories.
would look around the same shops, kind of like moving things around, and she would pull out what looks to be like a wooden case of many different vials of different colors, and she would pull out one of them. They are all very well sealed, by the way, with corks, and she would give you one of them, and she says, "This is as earthy and as well rainforesty as it can get. It is a very nice essence that some people do enjoy. Actually, it is fairly popular." And she shakes it a little bit on her hand, and you can smell it on the cork of the bottle, and it is a very, very pleasant smell of kind of, as he said, it's kind of grassy, kind of like damp, earthy scents.
Yeah, Rexmoa gives a little sniff, and then you see him stick his tongue out a little bit too. Would you happen to have anything a little bit more acrid, perhaps? Something that really makes you feel like you just stepped in a spider web, and the spider is consuming another creature in front of you.
Oh, she says, listening at your description. No, I don't think I have anything like that. However, are you sure you're looking for fragrances? That sounds more on the alchemical ingredients expertise. While I do dabble in alchemy myself, as you can clearly tell, I am more into the alchemy of mixing scents and plants.
I suppose what I'm really looking for is this person what are this person's pronouns?
We'll say that it's she, her.
All right. I suppose what I'm really looking for, ma'am, is I'm chasing a memory, which is harder to capture. But I suppose that first vial might come rather close. And, while I have your attention, would you happen to have any smelling salts, perhaps? Or any, lotion
yes.
that might relieve pain in the lower back?
Ooh, yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I have some that will wake you right up. And she will, again, trying to look over at the shop, and she will give you a little bottle. It's one of those round kind of tiny little bottles full of little rocks that are smelling salts. Let me put on where is the thingy? Okay, there you go. Sorry, I'll was looking at my shop list. Yeah. And she sets them off on a little table that it is on the on the shop, and she goes, right, I also have these. These ones will help you out very well if you need a quick pick-me-up. I will say, moderation, of course.
How strong are they? Like, are they capable of, say, breaking someone out of an illusionary spell, perhaps?
Well, why don't you try them yourself? And she just like pulls the cork of the bottle and just kind of, offers it to you.
Taurin, can you smell this scent that this woman is offering me?
What's the smell of?
Taurin, are you leaning to smell?
I will lean in and smell, yes.
I want you to give me a constitution. Yeah, constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution saving throw, okay. Oh, I got a 2 on that. Okay, hopefully it's a normal roll.
It is
Just
a normal roll,
let me know if it gets
yes.
funky.
It's all good, so good.
Cool.
Ooh, okay. Taurin, as you lean closer, maybe a little bit too much close to this lady, the smell hits you like somebody had punched you in the nose. It burns. You feel the hard smell like burning all through your nostrils up into your sinuses and into like it gives your brain like a scratch and it makes you recoil back. And like you cover your nose, you feel like I said, you feel like you've been punched in the nose with how strong those are. And you go, whoa!
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah, I catch Taurin a bit, and then I ask, like, how many fingers am I holding?
You will be slightly dizzy, Taurin, yes.
3? She'll say.
That is close enough. How much for 3 of those vials? I apologize, Taurin. I just wanted something that could perhaps break you all out of a charm spell or an illusion. I myself have no difficulty getting out of such things, but I don't quite have the years and years to teach you all how to, mindfulness your way out of them. So this will have to work. And it did
That'll
work, right?
do the trick. Yeah, it'll do the trick.
Taurin, you would be like constantly checking for like a nosebleed because you feel like, oh my god, my nose, like something happened to my nose, but there is nothing there.
My sniffer.
Yeah, yes. And she goes, well, these are very strong ones, so they run 25 gold each vial. Bottle, I guess, what the correct term is, I guess, but bottle. Vial
works. That's fine.
So 3 of those plus this lovely vial of perfume. How much would that
the perfume,
run me?
The perfume, an extra 15 gold pieces.
So that would be an even 90, was it?
Correct.
I just give Taurin a quick glance. Does that sound like a fair price to you, Taurin?
Oh, the price?
You must be still reeling from those thoughts. Yes. Do you think 90 gold is sufficient enough for this? And I just gesture towards the table.
And you got like the smelling salts, and what else did you get again? I'm sorry.
It was 3 vials of smelling salts for you all, and then 1 vial of this luxurious perfume as a gift. No, It's always nice to bring your significant other something from your travels.
Very true. I think you said 90.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
Well, Could I perhaps ask for maybe like 80? You did kind of, assault my friend's olfactory system over there for some reason.
It's not all the way there.
I am going to have you, Rexmoa, roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. I thought it was good. I'm already not good at this, but it's okay. We'll be okay, probably.
What if we sell something on the side? That's not a character question, by the way.
Oh man, that would have been pretty good. Well, that was my second one.
And the lady goes, "Well, how dare you? I just told her to take a small whiff, not to put her whole nose in it. I'm sorry, I cannot offer you a discount."
I suppose. Will these do? And I just pull out 10 sapphires in my hands. It's like, how much for these would it be? Would it be like 5 of them?
Just
Perhaps?
2, Rex. 2.
Oh, 2 of them. Yes, 2 of them.
And her eyes like light up as you show the gems. And she was about to take the 5, but once you said 2, Taurin, she just kind of like, God damn it. And she goes,
Taurin just eyeball her like, I see you.
Yeah. Well, I guess 2 is fine.
Oh.
She's like,
Well.
thanks, friends, right?
So if you hand over the 2, you would get all of these 3 things.
Fine trade.
All right.
Do you have anything to say about the neighboring potion shop over there? Are they respectable? Just like you?
Well, I would say I am not really into the creepy crawly mixing in cauldrons and the awful smells and the very nasty, sticky stuff that they have, but so far I haven't heard any complaints, and as far as I know, they are very reputable potion makers. So I would say you are in good hands if you're thinking about going to them.
Testimony. Well, thank you, and good day, and Water's blessings. Perhaps we may see each other around.
She just kind of bows her head and just returns to what she was doing.
All right, Taurin, the door's over here, and then I'll just kind of guide her by the shoulder.
That was disorienting.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
I had to just make sure they
Taurin, until later you will have disadvantage on perception checks. By the way, because of that very bad roll.
Oh, and I will hand Taurin over one of the vials of smelling salts. And I'll just tell her, just make sure to keep this close to you in case we ever have to engage with a hag or a mage. I suspect that the saints themselves might have capabilities in that field of magic. And, well, consider yourself lucky. You know what you're getting into. Poor Kipper and Ambrose, they're just going to have to find out in the middle of things.
They'll wake up and they'll be fine.
Which, by the way, I should let you know that the salts allow you to roll a constitution save, and depending on the save, you may be able to, as you said, get rid of a negative charmed charmed pretty much status effect. However, to the cost of, as what happened to Taurin, disadvantage on perception and perception-related checks. And this will also help you, by the way, this is another one, this will also help you stabilize someone if they happens to, fall. However, they will get the disadvantage immediately. They will not, So
perfect. That was a perfect teaching opportunity. Learning the consequences in a non-dangerous setting.
Exactly. Exactly. That is perfect. As for the vial of perfume, it's just perfume. Nothing too fancy about it. It's just perfume.
Yeah. So Taurin, you have 1 vial of smelling salts, and I have 2 of them, and then I have that 1 vial of perfume. And then you have your
Um,
mana potions, of course.
I will say,
Right.
for the purpose of, item uses and stuff, I would say that the smelling salts have limited uses. They are not a forever kind of deal, because obviously that would be kind of, So I would say they would be losing, their power the more you open them. So, yeah. Which is kind of what happens normally. I've never really... So yeah, there you go. As I said, outside you can see the different signs. As I said, this is not like a community kind of shopping district area / deal. We just see shops here and there. And as I said, the closest one that you've seen, well, the ones that you were paying attention to, would have been the two alchemical themed ones. There are still some here and there. That depends on what you want.
Did you get everything you need? Do you have the need to visit the other creepy, fragrant potion shop, as the kind woman described it?
I mean, she'll kind of clean her nose every now and again. I do want to see, why did I want to get there's a flower I need to find the name to. That I guess the House of Aaron might possibly have.
Yes, what is that? How would you describe it? I don't want to come off as, a bit sinister, but your mark, as it were?
In a way.
So...
he went by another name, though.
When you two were traveling together? What name was that?
He went by Dusan.
Dusan. Would I be able to pick out what region that's from? Even if it's like a fake name?
Well, it depends how much have you traveled. I guess your background, you are an archaeologist, so you would have traveled.
Yeah, like a fair amount.
Yeah.
To like different sites around the continent.
I would say, with that name, this is something a little bit exotic. Not a very common name that you may have heard anywhere around. As for its whereabouts, there are a few places where exotic names are prevalent. So you're not really entirely sure as to where they could be.
Quite a far cry from the typical name of someone around the Galvathier area.
I guess you could say he was a bit of an eccentric. He did travel a lot, he said. Who knows if that's even a lie, too, so...
And that's how you both met? When did he, approach your, clan? When they were still living in that grove?
Yeah. He came to our village. Just... as a traveler. And then... we became friends, and... one thing led to another, and...
Ah, yes, I know the story. Adventuring together.
Yes. I guess you could say it was, young love. I couldn't help it, I guess.
It's alright, we all get caught in the whimsies of romance, Taurin. No need to be ashamed by it just because the other person is some kind of, deceiver or foppish noble. Who knows? Maybe this is just another identity of theirs.
Do you have a point? But he came to a grove looking for a certain plant, and what that was, I don't know. All I know is that it's supposed to give longevity, long life. And I wonder what kind of plant would even do that. Would it be in a history book? In a legend somewhere? I've never heard of it before. So
Experience the plant that does that only exists in people's dreams. Kings
Fantasy.
and nobles and, yes, barons, afraid to die, spending all their gold on these expeditions to find something that doesn't exist. Why do people do that? Cling so hard to life.
Because there's something worth living for, maybe? And who knows what their goal is?
Well, I'm just thinking about it. Well, everyone else who lives here, and he just gestures towards the tall buildings of the upper district. This place, the buildings are twice as tall, and yet there's half as many people walking the streets compared to everywhere else. It's their own little sanctuary.
They probably don't want to let it go. That's probably why they look for things like that, maybe. But at what cost? I don't know.
So is that related to the plant that you're looking for now? Does it have a name? Or, a description? We could ask around. See if there's a botanist, or I bet plenty of these apothecaries might have a general idea.
I wish I could say I knew what it looked like. Just that it had a golden glow to it. That's all I know.
Well, looks like you might have a bit of a task to attend to if we ever head to the library as well.
Be a good place to go check it out. Maybe they'd have something. Unless you have somewhere else you gotta go.
Nope. The only place I need to go, well, is where we can conduct some research, perhaps.
In the library it is. Let's go.
All right. So you guys are gonna go find the library. We are going to cut this scene pretty much as you guys are trying to find your way into the library to go for Kipper and Ambrose, who are at this point, heading back to, well, pretty much at this point, back onto the lower city, and are having some stuff on their own. Ambrose, of course, is looking for the inn they used to stay this whole time, the Plain Dagger, and Kipper's just following. So, both of you guys, what are you doing as you return to the side of the lower city?
So I exit, and I'm looking for Ambrose.
Yeah, I did leave pretty quickly.
Yeah. Kipper just starts running down the alley, and then he eventually sees the silhouette of Ambrose, and he's just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I think I said something stupid. I apologize. I don't think I was really thinking. Ambrose?
I stay silent and continue walking towards most likely the end, because I do believe I did outright say that I was going back to the end last session. But I will continue walking in silence, though I'm walking pretty fast. It's kind of like not exactly a jog, but I am walking with a decent amount of purpose to get back to the inn rather swiftly.
Yeah, no, I know.
And notably, though, is that my hands are balled into fists as I walk.
This isn't about just what I said. I'm guessing. Just wait a moment. I want to try and fix this. And Kipper's just kind of like trying to get closer to Ambrose, which Kipper is really fast, but at the same time, he doesn't just want to, like, overwhelm him.
I am unironically the slowest person in the party.
Yeah.
I'll kind of slow down a bit, walking more normally and just going towards the inn still, and I just kind of sigh and say, "It can wait until we're back in the inn. I don't like making public squabbles."
Kipper, I guess, would just look down, kind of holding both of his ears tight and being like, I understand. I'll just walk with you.
And I will stay silent the entire walk back to the plain dagger, unless you say something to me.
So, Kipper has a disease called, yapping.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kipper will try to be quiet for a little bit. And then the worm will tell him to say things.
What is gate 3? Oh my god.
Of course.
The worms are back.
The worms. I don't know what to say. I mean, obviously I don't know how to say much. I'm good at rambling, but I never really let anyone really know me. And I apologize for that. I intended to tell you earlier after I realized, I don't know, I thought that with how strongly Rexmoa and the others reacted to Theodric being a wizard, that their reaction wouldn't be kind to me. And then by the time that Rexmoa had gotten over his dislike for Theodric, and I felt like maybe I can say something, you were already dealing with so much, and I recognized at that point it would have felt like a betrayal of trust, and then I just kept putting it off. And I want to be myself with you. I don't need to be but that's only if it doesn't hurt you.
He stops suddenly when you say that, and I don't turn to look at you, and I say, "Don't want to hurt me. I see. I am glad to hear that. Really, I am. I'm sure you're aware. I try not to hurt people. I try to help and do what I can. But, you know what I do? I manage to hurt them anyway. And I continue walking.
That it's true. I feel like any time that I do something like that, I just feel this overwhelming need to make up for it. Not because I need to feel better, but because I can't bear to make people feel worse.
I don't respond to that. I will keep on walking.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Yeah.
I'd say if you're paying close enough attention and knowing Kipper, you probably are. The energy lines along Ambrose's skin, when I had left the Drunken Minstrel and as we had continued walking, before we had left, when I was talking about the guilt that I was feeling over the upper city and the conflicted feelings I was having, my energy lines are rather dull and pretty slow in their pulsing. But now they're kind of vibrant and they beat almost like the consistency of like a drum. I'm not exactly like lit up or anything. I don't make light, but the energy lines are pulsing rather brightly, rather quickly. Which by now you'd be aware that it's because I'm dealing with some sort of emotion rather heavily.
Yeah. If you can't trust me anymore, if you want me to leave the group, I would understand that. I knew that this was the only... I knew that when I revealed I wasn't who I said I was, that I would be seen different, and but if you need to yell at me, I'll just stand and bear it.
I'm not going to do that in public.
I know.
So, considering how awkward this has been, I imagine everybody's silent until we get to the dagger, or at least
Yeah.
it's going to be constant.
It's gonna be
very
constant. Yeah.
small dialogues that don't sound very nice.
I think, yeah, I agree. We should get to the...
Yeah. If
Is
you
there
guys
any
want-
exterior circumstances that will stop us from getting to the plain dagger?
Not really. You would see like people greeting
Okay.
you and stuff because they've already like seen you. But mostly, as I said, it's the place is kind of empty because of what just happened. People are just kind of on their own, you know?
I will completely ignore those people. And if anything, they might be able to witness the rather mean scowl I have on my face. As I'm kind of just glowering at the ground in front of me the entire time I walk. When we get to the plain dagger, though, I will go up to the barkeep, as you know, I haven't paid for tonight, and I don't even know if I have enough to pay for tonight, honestly.
Mhm.
How much was it for the inn here?
For the inn, it was 5 silver. It is a very, you know,
Oh, okay, yeah,
low
I'm
end
fine.
kind of inn.
Okay, I will place down 10 silver.
Okay. Yeah, the innkeeper would take the 10 silver. So you're doing both rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
For,
Well, you know,
like,
actually-
us separately?
Actually, no.
I mean, they're single rooms anyway, so.
They are single rooms.
You know what? Actually,
however.
no. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm actually gonna put down 5 silver, and quietly say to the barkeep that we will be sleeping in the same room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, the man just kind of gives you a little bit of a glance, but eventually he's like, whatever. Not my problem.
And we've already eaten, obviously, so I'll just go straight up, and I assume that Kipper will follow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just sees two very upset people go up to a room, and he's just like, I'm so confused right now.
We're having a couple of
Sure, you've
fight.
seen
Yeah, I mean, you got the same room as before. You know that the very small kind of one-person bed and like your like little wooden bedside table and all that. So like it's the room that you've known for the past weekend, a little bit more.
I'll go ahead and open the door, and I am just gonna stand with the door open, and I'm just going to stare at Kipper, and my expression, of course, is still pretty mean-looking. I'm kind of just mean-mugging you right now, as I just wait for you to walk in the room.
Thank you. And Kipper just walks in, kind of like, I am in danger.
And as you enter, you know, I'll shut the door behind us. And I will start putting down my stuff silently. And, you know, once I've taken off my pack, set it down, taken off, you know, some of the more heavier armor pieces that I typically wear, I will kind of undo the sling for my sword, and I'll even put my sword on the bed. still technically sheathed because it's in the like the little sling that I have for it, but I just I take all that off and just kind of like put it on the bed, and I will take a couple steps away, apart from my sword. And I will look down at you. And I'll say, we have known each other for a little while, I'd say. How do you think I'm feeling right now?
I know you're feeling betrayed. And, a lot of other things as well. And everything that happened today also didn't help with... I'm sorry.
I'm not surprised that you figured that out. Never been really good at hiding things like that. But you know what I'm not feeling right now? I am feeling betrayed, hurt, but I am not angry at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I'll glance towards my sword, and I'll look back at you, very much scowling at you. My hands are still balled into fists pretty tightly. And I'll continue to say, I'm in time again. Do you know what I did for you?
You always protected me.
No, I did not protect you. And that's the problem. What I did do was tell you everything, over and over. Things that I didn't even tell Vieren, my own father. I'm hurting. I confided in you how many times. I needed you, just like I needed the others. I needed someone to help me. I was terrified of asking for help, just saying that I wasn't alright. Without that sword, I am nothing. Before I met any of you, I had nothing but that sword. Just the oath that I made to my own mentor, in my own mind, not even to his face. To try and help him after I let him walk away. But you know what really hurts out of all that? It's so wrong of me to worry about you two. It's so wrong for me to expect the same from you. You barely tell me anything. When you were suffering, just like I was. Those nightmares, I was beside you. Right next to you. I just thought... I thought that maybe it was because I was in a bad spot, like you said. And I won't deny, I was struggling and I may have lashed out then. But what about after that? How many nightmares have you had since then? Of the Titan of Fire? Am I not your friend? Your family? Are we not brothers? What about the others? Didn't they deserve to know as well? You keep on telling me how strong I am. So why, Kipper? Why am I not strong enough for you to rely on? Am I really not enough for you? After all this time, after all I've tried to do, Kipper, I'm trying so hard to be there for you, and you keep being there for me instead. I don't understand.
I'm so sorry, Ambrose. I was scared, honestly. As much as I would like to say it was just because... As much as I... This isn't my first found family, and I cared about everyone before so much too, and when I started showing weakness, that's when everything started to fall apart, and I kept asking for help with medical bills, with emotions, and it all, and I couldn't then see any of their red flags when it comes to the people that I trust entirely. I can't see past how much I care about them. And I don't trust my own judgment. I don't trust the thing in my brain that tells me to do things or to keep quiet. And not telling you from the beginning was probably my greatest mistake. Because you've made me feel safe this entire journey. I don't want to deal with any of this anymore. And I just didn't want to lose you like I lose everyone else. I'm sorry if that makes me a coward. You are strong. I fear becoming a burden.
When I was speaking originally, kind of like during that segment, the really deep scowl I had on my face had slowly shifted to a very sad frown, and it stays as you speak before it returns to more of a glower as I stare down at you again. And I say, and I've kind of like moved towards the table, one of my hands tightly gripping not tightly gripping, but like kind of like pressed tightly against the top of the table as I say, do you think I wasn't scared when I told you about my father. You think I wasn't scared out of my mind so many times? I am constantly terrified of everything around me. I'm scared of the Saints. I'm scared of the Upper City. I'm scared of the Mother Superior. But, damn it, Kipper. I'm sick of hiding things. I'm
think
not good with my emotions. And I'm sick of being quiet with it and having to hold all of it back. But you know what, Kipper? It's because of you, and Rexmoa, and Taurin, and she, that I am here at all.
Thank you, Ambrose. And I've known you're scared, and I think that's one of the reasons why I never doubted you. Because even though when I saw you were scared, and I could read it on your lines, you still did things, and I held on to everything for months. And I'm honestly even more scared because I can't lose any of you. And I know I've said that before, and you mean so much to me. And I realize that that feels the same for you. That's why what I'm about to say is really going to hurt. I have one last secret. But
I'm sorry, could you repeat the last, 10 seconds? My internet just cut out for half a second.
Oh,
didn't hear
goodness.
anything.
No. Okay.
Unfortunate.
So what Kipper just said was, dang nabbit, what did I just say?
I heard most of it, I just didn't hear, the last, 10 seconds.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
I was hearing you talk about, knowing that you can rely on me, knowing that I would be there, essentially.
Yeah. I care about you so much, Ambrose. And, that's why what I'm about to say is really going to hurt. I have one more secret. It's not really, I don't know how to say this. I never intended to survive this adventure. And Kipper, looks into Ambrose's eyes. You can kind of see, his eyes are kind of hollow, but, tears are just kind of streaming down his face.
there is a moment where I react somewhat strangely, where the energy lines that have been like pulsating rather brightly this entire time kind of dull suddenly before immediately lighting up again, and I kind of go from just staring at you to a very angry look as I ball up my hand again and I just slam the table with all of my strength.
I don't want to die, Ambrose. But if I don't, Rexmoa will. And I can't let any of you go.
Kipper, I am going to say this one time. You are incredibly important to me. And if you ever feel like that again, and I start walking towards you, heavy steps, and then I grab you by your shoulders before pulling you into a very, very, very tight hug. And I say, you are to let me know immediately.
I don't know if I can fix this, Ambrose.
Do you understand why I was hurt by you?
I do.
I don't care that you were keeping a secret, that you weren't being honest. I care about you and the others so much. I can't stand you or being in pain without me knowing. I want to be there for you. So please, stop pushing me away. Let me help you. Rely on me like I am relying on you. Please. That's all I want, Kipper. I don't want anything else in this entire world. I want it more than my own father. I just want you to rely on me. Please. Please, Kipper.
I can do that much. Like Kipper, like full on, like for how hard Ambrose is hugging, Kipper just like pushes his whole face into Ambrose's chest, kind of like sopping up all the tears, and he's just starts actively sobbing.
It's pretty obvious that I've been crying. It seems like part of the reason why I grabbed onto you like that was because I was crying. As
Yeah.
you could feel the droplets onto, I suppose, your back with the way I'd be holding you. And I will just kind of like cough and cry for a few moments as I, keep you hugged tightly against me, and you can kind of, since I'm only wearing my tunic now, you can kind of see the energy lines of my chest, that the ones that kind of like wrap slightly into my chest area. You can see that they have kind of gone slightly back to their standard state, though they're all kind of like pulsing dully slightly. Kipper, I care about you and the others with everything I have. When I started traveling after I lost my mentor, it was almost meaningless. Even when I was looking for him, even when I made the oath to myself for him, I barely was thinking. I was just surviving, doing my best to not succumb to my own thoughts. But it's different now. I'm not surviving. I'm living, and I'm living with you and the others. I don't want that to go away. So please, let me stay with you. And please stay with me as well.
I guess I have to then.
I understand why it took you so long. Don't think that's has anything to do with anything. But none of us are alone anymore. We can share each other's troubles. I will help you just like you helped me. We just need to make sure to do for the others. And I'll kind of like slowly release my grasp, and I will kind of kneel in front of him, and I'll kind of like I'll kind of grab my sword really quickly, and I will unsheath it on my lap, kind of just setting it in front of me, and I will put my hand resting atop the flat of the blade, and I will look you in the eyes and I'll say, it was true before, but I vow to you that we are brothers today and forevermore.
Kipper's like face is like just kind of like wrinkling up even more, and like you can see like just like the amount of tears that started when he started sobbing has not ended, but like he's at least trying to keep his eyes closed. I missed having a big brother, and you made me feel safe again. So this means so much. And I'll try to find another way. I won't leave you.
You're wrong, Kipper. All of us will find a way, not just you. Just like how you and the others helped me keep my father away from those things and give him the rest that he deserved. We will find a way to set things right.
Kipper's like wiping his eyes a bit and he's like, I'm gonna have to get out of that mindset.
I will smile at you and say, you know, you and the others, it may not be physical, but you all gave me a home. I've never really had a hearth before.
I was so scared you'd hate me now. But I'm relieved. And I'm sorry for everything I've put you through. Thank you for pulling me out of this.
I'm only doing what you did for me, and what a brother should.
So
There's almost
oh, no, go ahead,
okay,
go ahead.
perfect. Kipper's just like thinking of more things to say, but like he's literally said all of his emotions. So Kipper just goes back into hug.
I'll push away my sword, and I'll gladly accept it. And
Ambrose, before you do that, I just wanted to say,
Yes.
as you
Okay.
push your sword away a little bit, you notice that the vines, the flower vines that are in your sword had grown more. They have been going up the hilt and into the blade itself. Sorry, onto the handle of the blade. But then, as you push the sword away, it starts returning to normal, very slowly, but slow enough that you can see it.
I will notice it, but my focus is entirely on Kipper as I return the hug. And I'll say to him, how about tonight? We bunk bed like brothers should.
I wouldn't mind that. And then, maybe I can find a book or something to read. I don't know. Or we could paint that one, no mind. My brain's a little fried right now.
Don't worry. I've been a pretty terrible person all evening long.
You have not. And Kipper just, like, gives him a little bonk to the shoulder. I could list all of the traumas of the things that have happened to you today, but I'm not going to make you relive that. This response was, I think, necessary. You pulled me back into reality. Here I am.
I am still smiling. Probably the longest I've smiled for. And I'll just say, what are brothers for?
I think hugs. Yeah.
And one last thing. I could never hate you, Kipper. Not for any dull reason like this. Never, not even in the afterlife will I ever hate you.
Not even if I smelt really bad.
Well, I'd prefer you not putting cheese on my clothes, but...
Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate.
And if I start hating you, who's going to teach me how to cook so I can make food for the orphanage I open up?
We need to teach you how spices work. Like, real bad.
Well,
Salt, even.
hey, I use salt. Just, nothing else.
You need more salt.
Maybe that will be our first goal, then.
Well, when we're traveling, you get to cook with me. Or we can, like, banish whoever is in the kitchen here, and then I can be like, hey, we're cooking. And then, of course, I can burn all of Pot's Trail down if you'd like that.
Well,
Maybe not all of it, but...
there's still a lot of work to do here. And I feel we'll be playing a part in it.
Yeah. No, you're right. If the worst is yet to come, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to doing it with you.
Kind of just like put my hand to your head and say, we're always together, all four of us. She too, even if we can't see her.
Yeah. She does come in and out, doesn't she? Well, I mean, at least into your dreams. I'm hoping I get to see her too, sometime.
I'm sure there will be a time and place.
Yeah.
This was my first time dreaming of something like that, though. but
Yeah.
I'm sure she's not too far. And I'll kind of look at my blade.
Can we stay like this for a little bit?
I'm not going to push you away.
Thank you.
No. Thank you, Kipper, for everything. And I'm sure there'll be more to thank you in the future as well.
Same could be said for you, doofus.
So, as you guys have your emotional conversation, taking your time, you are now staying in the Plain Dagger. The accommodations have been paid for, and you guys are going to pretty much stay the night there. Since time has passed, as you know, you've been having this conversation. So, we will go back to the other two that at this point, we're going to say that they have found the library and are inside of it now, trying to look for things. Which, by the way, the library, it is called simply the Grand Porch Trail Library. Just as a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of info right there. So, Rexmoa and Taurin, what are you guys doing?
So I'm gonna say to Taurin, Taurin, this is unforgivable.
What?
Yeah,
What
this
happened?
book right here, it's unforgivable. It was written by the belladonna of Galrinthir, the head of the former opera house there. Quite a good read. I would recommend it.
Unforgivable. I've never heard of this title before. Interesting. Oh.
The fake out.
Need some drama too. But we can shelve that for now. So perhaps you would like to look at the botanicals section. I myself would like to see their sections on geography. See if they have a up-to-date world atlas, perhaps. Is there a librarian around, or like
I
a
would
front
say
desk?
a few like librarians around, as you know, they're walking around helping out with things and just doing stuff. You know, positioning books or like helping other people. There's many of them, so you would be able to, get a anybody's attention to help you out.
Okay.
Fair, just like this one.
Mhm. So do you want to approach a librarian? Sorry.
Yes. Does one of them look like a fairy?
No, they're all human.
Specifically.
I guess.
They're
Okay,
all
yeah.
human.
Yeah, we'll approach the most nervous-looking librarian.
Perfect.
Hmm. The most the most nervous-looking librarian.
Yeah, we're not well, in character, we're not actively looking for the most nervous librarian. We just happened to find them.
Right. Okay, so eventually you'll stumble upon a younger kind of human folk that is just walking around helping out with books and such. And as you approach him, he like kind of turns at you and goes, "Oh, welcome to the Grand Porch Trail Library. What can I help you with?"
Well, matter of the utmost importance, the, fate of the world. Perhaps rely on the answer you're about to give us. What should we refer you to as?
Wow, that's a lot to process in this short amount of time. You may call me Aiden.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Aiden. And like I mentioned previously, the fate of the world hinges upon your book selection and knowledge. So if you would help my dear friend over here, gestures to Taurin.
Of course, I will say I'm not entirely qualified for end of the world scenarios, but I will try and help.
Oh.
You know, Aiden, sometimes we don't get to pick if we're called. We simply have to answer. And this, Aiden, is your calling.
Call to action. We must know if you have
right, then
a book that we need.
I will help. What is it that you need?
Well,
Yeah.
what sort of botanical books do you have that speak, or maybe there's a legend possibly about it, about a plant that can grant immortality?
A plant that can grant immortality, and he starts to think about it, and think about it, and he goes, I don't really recall something like that, although I've seen, I believe, and he just kind of gestures to follow him as he starts walking over to another section of the library. And he gets on top of a little step ladder to grab a book. It's a fairly old book, and he starts going through the pages. The book itself is about botanicals. You would see the cover. Sorry, that's what's the word that I was looking for. It talks about rare and ancient botanicals. And he starts browsing, going no, this doesn't sound like it. Until he would say, until he starts reading one page without passing through another one, and he turns the book to face it to you, and he goes, maybe this is what you're looking for? And what you see, both of you, Taurin and Rexmoa, in the book is a drawing, an ink drawing of a flower with 4 very kind of jagged petals, but even so it looks very beautiful itself. And the flower is painted in such a way with some inks and some stuff that it feels like it's kind of glowing, even though it's all artistic rendition of it. And on the top of the page, you would see that the name of this one is... Sorry, I'm looking at the name because I have a lot of things in my document.
Oh, good.
Where'd I put it, man? Sorry. Okay.
No rush.
So
This is a good time.
the name that you see there that has been given to the land is the Restoration Bloom.
Restoration Bloom.
And as you start reading through the pages and the page, and kind of taking in the information that you see that this plant is very effective at healing any kind of wound, while the plant itself does not prevent death. Only a single fragment of this plant, any part of it, would be used for the most potent medicine. This is, of course, not a common healing practice. This is more of some druidic nature, because obviously this plant is very rare, and you would also read that as of right now, there are no known whereabouts of the plant, since the species is so rare that it is very sought after, or simply used for things. Glancing more onto the page, you would realize that the plant itself, even if consumed in its entirety, again, will not prevent death. However, it will extend the life of whoever eats it by a great amount, and bring the benefits of the healing too. And that is why, like, in the book itself, it says like this plant has to be only handled by people who really know what they're doing, because obviously somebody with bad intentions could just easily just consume the plant. And the practices for these plants are just like I said, just a fraction of the plant could be used for like the strongest salves and tonics and healing of any kind.
Got it. This
Quite the story.
is the name. A restoration bloom.
Does it look familiar at all?
I've only remember stories growing up
Actually,
from my elders talking about this plant.
Taurin, you would definitely, now seeing it properly, you would definitely recognize the plant.
Right now?
Oh yeah, you definitely
Right.
recognize the plant. If you want a little bit of a refresher, would you mind giving me a history check, please?
Sure thing. Let's do that. Get everything open up here again. Bada bing, bada boom.
What she wanna do?
Right? History, history, history. The never-ending story.
Okay.
Ooh.
Taurin, with a little bit of a retrospect of your own past and why you remember this plan. You recall, while not the entirety of what happened, some parts of it are a little bit of a blur for you. But you recall that the plant was, in fact, your last mark. What you had to get. And you also remember that, the person you knew as Dusan was also with you in this endeavor. And you remember the plant because you were able to see this plant in front of you in reality. However, after that, it's all a blur. And then, after an unknown amount of time, you woke up. You didn't have the plant, and the sun was gone.
Okay.
Which, as I said, it definitely upset the people who ask you for this mark. Again, this is just a little bit of a refresher.
Right. I was going to kind of lead into that a little bit, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
with,
Perfect.
With my dialogue. I was going to go go down a, childhood lane and then kind of start building into that. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, perfect.
We can drift. I'll skip past that and I'll just jump into the actual bit that I can get into.
Of course.
Let's see, I wrote it down here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I remember hearing stories growing up, but seeing the pictures here in this book, it also reminds me of a very distant memory with Dusan.
That just in. I mean, how old are you? Like 20?
Still,
Go on.
you know, a year is a long time, she'll say, folding her arms.
Indeed.
It was actually him who introduced me to the guild that I'm in. They're called the Moonlight Syndicate.
With a name like yeah, go on.
Oh, no, what's your question?
I was just gonna say, not exactly the most friendly name, but you know, who am I to judge?
It's all good. I mean, they could be nice as long as you stay on their good side, of course. However, what happens then, unfortunately, it didn't really leave me on their good side. Let's just say that much. And I kind of was left to pay the debt back with either retrieving this plant with or without Dusan. Quote unquote, whoever Dusan really is.
We could just keep referring to them as Dusan.
I suppose.
So is it a job gone wrong, perhaps? Is that what I'm intuiting?
Yeah, I mean, I helped him steal it. And then all I remember is him. It's hazy what happened. I can barely remember. I don't know if it was a sleeping spell or what, but everything went dark. And next thing I know is he was gone, and so was the plant. And the guild found me, and I was left to pay the debt.
See,
But I said I could find
tricky
him.
Dusan character.
So I just wonder, maybe it's tied to the village being attacked too, and with my sister being taken. It's just all too timely with how it all unfolded, you know?
Yeah, I doubt this Dusan character is acting on their own, especially with such a high-profile item. I'd imagine before they even came into your village, they probably knew all about it, and were just looking for a way inside.
Finding more answers. Maybe. Well, I mean, what's the point of speculating? At least I got the name.
Yep, and you know that they're here in the city. Is this book available for rental, checkout, purchase, even?
No.
Aiden?
Yes, you can rent this book. The rental of books is a gold piece per day. And of course, we add some fees in case of destruction or some other kind of damage.
Theoretically, Aiden, if we were to rent this book and then have to leave the city post-haste, is there a way that we could return it from a distance, or is that just ours now? If that were to happen.
Like, are there drop boxes around the city we can just deposit the book in?
Or perhaps outside of the city.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no. And I will say that the fee for a late delivery of the book is quite a lot more extensive than the fee for rental. So, hypothetically, if you were to not return this book, I would very much consider it. Given this is the Grand Library of Port Strail, I believe, well, there may be some consequences.
Side-eye Taurin, real quick. Yeah, we'll rent it.
It's fine.
Okay, and he pulls out like a little bit of like parchment and looks around for one of them, quill and pen, and just starts writing. In the name of who are you renting this book?
We're actually doing this as a favor to the house of one of the many nobles here. You can put down the name Shining Trinket.
The House of Aaron. Oh, that too.
Shining Trinket. He says.
Oh, Shiny Trinket. Sorry. Maybe. Do you remember?
He says like in a little bit of a suspicious tone. Right. From which noble house?
Side-eyes Taurin.
Sorry, that was kind of character. Shining Trinket. That's correct. Yep.
What was the house again, Taurin? The House of Lady Borealis? Does the name Lady Borealis ring any bells for you, Aiden? Surely you know of her, one of the great inventors of the High District.
And he goes, that name may ring a bell, but I'm still waiting for the house name. He's
I don't, out of like, character, I don't actually know it, so of course this is all on you.
I don't remember either. Hang on.
You said it earlier, didn't you?
Oh my lord.
Guys, no.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Aiden. I was just thinking about the story. Lady Borealis of House Treshul.
There you go.
The sister is also the head of the academy.
And he goes, right.
I was just testing you, Aiden.
He goes, right, and he starts like writing the thing, like the data. And once he goes, and once he starts writing, like he asks you first and goes, and for how many days you're going to keep this book? And before you can answer, you hear a voice from behind both of you, feminine voice, and she goes, "Oh, I'm keeping it for at least 2 days." And from behind you, Rin shows up, and she goes, "Hi, I am Shining Trinket, the one who's wanting to rent this book." With you can see like her ears are in airplane mode. She's annoyed.
Rexmoa doesn't understand this. He doesn't talk to Tabaxi that much.
Nervous smile across Taurin's face, like.
Oh, you're here, and I thought you were busy. Well, if you would love to take care of this, perhaps we should be on our way. We actually have our own personal order of business that we need to attend to. And by me, I mean I, Taurin. You can choose to accompany me or not, or perhaps would like to stay with Lady Shining Trinket and fulfill this task together.
And she goes, "Of course. But you still have to pay the book that you're renting for me." She like grins at you.
Of course. 2 days, was it, Aiden?
Oh, did I say 2 days? I'll make it a week. And Aiden just kind of scratches the 2 days and goes, and she goes, "Oh, you know what? 2 weeks might not be enough. How about a month?" And you can
Well,
see the man also scratching again. It's just kind of like, oh god, like what do we do? You know?
I mean, I
Rexmoa, you
think
said
you
you
made a
had somewhere to
spelling
go,
error
right?
on that form.
I mean, yeah, Rin, if you want to, yeah, it's up to you how long you want to keep the book. Rexmoa, let's go.
Huh? Well, I do have to pay for it, Taurin. So how much would that total be? If you're sure. If you're sure, my lady
Are you?
of the house.
Are you sure?
I would hate for this poor fellow to have to, rewrite this form a third time, but I think it's imperative that we get it correct.
Looks like he's running out of room there.
And she goes,
one more try, I think.
And she goes, it's fine. You can bill it to House Trishul, and we'll only take it for a couple of days. And she shows the house emblem that she's carrying. And obviously the librarian goes, oh, all right. And I apologize for the inconvenience. And he just kind of scurries away, just leaving the book. And
Farewell, Aiden. Remember, the fate of the world!
and Aiden just kind of looks back at you, just kind of runs off. He just runs. And then Rin looks at both of you and goes, so you were really using Borealis's house name for your sneaky things?
Sneaky?
Oh, I thought it was only fair since, she kind of used us and our identity for her own sneaky purposes.
Fair's
a claw for a claw, as it were.
Huh? Well, if her sneaky purpose was just to get you access to the place that you are, wanting to get access to, then I guess it's very sneaky.
There's this thing called consent. Shining trinket. I think you should ask her. You're a lady of the house about it. I'm sure she would love to give you this talk. I practiced it myself. One day I plan to give that talk to my children. And I don't think I'm quite ready to give it to you, but I think that Lady Borealis and all her wisdom might.
Orange just nods.
You can see her tail is just kind of whipping very annoyingly at both of you. And she goes, you are lucky you're working with us.
Very much so.
Very happy to.
Lucky and grateful. So what brings you to the library? Other than, to claim this book. And I handed it over to her.
She just kind of she grabs the book and just kind of drops it on the table. And goes, well, I was tasked with making sure that the lovely heroes of Port Strail, and she makes a kind of a mocking kind of reverence, were not in any danger. And I saw you walking from store to store, and then the library was a good place for me to sneak around.
Did you see us in the apothecary?
Yes.
Oh, did you see the incident with the smelling salts?
I did. One would think that, those things you don't smell directly, but to each their own.
Gotta make sure it works. Worth the money. I say it's worth the money.
Thank you, Taurin. I agree.
And she goes, anyways, what kind of information are you looking? What is it? What are you searching for?
Taurin here was searching for the book that you so kindly placed on the table for her to take. Gestures to Taurin.
Oh, my book. Right. As far as I recall, I'm the one who, rented this book. Huh.
It is under your name. It's only fair.
Mhm.
Taurin, you should have a conversation with her, and I will be over there while you two hash this out. I know as like two clever young women, you might have some things to say to each other about responsibility and who pays what, so I will leave you both to it, and I'll take care of my business and find you all later. And I'll just start.
Good luck.
I'll just start walking away.
And as you start walking away, Rin goes, "Oh, and speaking of books, you still have to return one book you not so gracefully took."
Oh, Rexmoa.
Hmm?
You stole a book?
Don't. I did not steal it. Taurin, won't you give it back? It's only stealing if you don't return it.
Oh, you just borrowed. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to the owner, perhaps. Don't worry, Lady Rin. I know how valuable knowledge is, and a good library does not build itself. And I'll pull out the atlas. If you would like to secure it, I will gladly hand it off to you. I've combed it over a few times. Maybe
She
like
would take
8
the
to
book.
16.
She would take the book and kind of put it onto like a satchel she has, and goes, "It's not about the book itself. It's about trust. You stole Borealis right under her nose. And listen, she may not be the most attentive in these kinds of things, but she's a good person. And those are very few in this world. And as much as you guys have a need as well, I also ask you to trust in her. And please do not steal things."
I will make sure to ask more vocally next time. There was just a lot going on at that moment. I wasn't exactly in the headspace to have that conversation, so I am grateful for the grace that you're showing me.
One could say it was a little bit of a lizard brain, but it's okay. Little,
Taurin,
little moment. Little moment.
don't ever say that again.
Rin goes, "Right.
Why, I know that.
Well, anyways," and she puts her hand over the book that you guys rented and just kind of slides it over to you. And she goes, "Also, needless to say, don't use the name of the house for your purchases. I believe
Never do that more than twice.
You can see like
This is my first offense.
You can see like her ears go down again as you say that. And she goes, "I believe we've given you money for you to settle these purchases. The whole point is that the house also remains out of trouble. Because without the house, we have nothing."
You really are dedicated to the lady, and, well, you really believe in her, don't you?
Of course. She was one of my few friends that I've got ever since I've been in this town. And I consider her my family. My very tall and weird sister. And I don't want things to change.
I did not hear the end of that sentence.
Oh,
You don't want things to...
change.
to change. Well, in all seriousness, we didn't mean any disrespect. I was just looking for some answers and wanted to borrow the book for a little bit longer to do a little bit more research into this restoration bloom that caught my eye.
Well, I can help you with something. I know my way around the upper city as well. But perhaps it would be better to discuss it with all the party. Where's the other two? I haven't seen them since I left the place. I decided to not follow them because they were not staying in the upper city. I hope they're not causing any trouble.
Well, I would think not. They're not causing trouble. They simply are troubled. Lady Wren, unfortunately, I thought it would be best to, well, let them diffuse the situation on their own, while Taurin and I get a head start and explore the upper city, while they go to relax in the lower district.
Alright.
I needed some rest, it seems.
Well, it's not every day that you get hit by a tidal wave. Suddenly you become the hero of one of the largest kingdoms in this world. So I can see how that may be overwhelming. And I can also see how that is something that would require a little bit more subtlety in what you're doing. So I suggest, staying out of trouble.
I think we're doing a good job so far. We were just at the library, went shopping.
I would agree. No goo monsters, no bloodshed, no people threatening each other. I would say that this day has been rather, relaxed.
So far, yes.
Other than the, tidal wave thing.
Yeah. That was pretty devastating.
Which is a bit concerning. As you may know, probably already very aware of the situation, a lot of things are changing in this world. There's earthquakes, now this tidal wave. I've heard some rumors of very harsh weathers, and even the volcanoes have started to smoke. So I know the kind of friends, and she makes air quotes, you frequent. And I will ask you to keep on your path. Because it seems like those friends may be a little angry.
I would describe it more as restless, but I understand your point.
So, we have work to do, and we need to have another debriefing with Borealis and the rest of the party. So, while I know that you're not going to get yourselves into too much trouble, I would ask you to at least come to the Trishul Manor tomorrow, and we can discuss things in more detail. don't speak too much of the matter because, and she just kind of glances around and goes, some walls have ears around.
Lost ears.
But I believe we have things to discuss. Things that may or may not be of great urgency.
Goodness. Well, we'll make sure to reunite with the Kipper and Ambrose come tomorrow
Our
morning,
brothers.
and we'll make our way back to House Trishul.
Good. And I also
All in one
should,
piece.
and I also should remind you that we have a deal. And I also want to see it. You can tell that her expression, rather than the annoyed, becomes more serious at the mention of the deal. And she goes, I will leave you be now. And I trust we...
Actually? Or,
Wait, sorry, what?
like actually? Or are you gonna still be, peeking?
Depends on what I hear around. And then she starts, walking back where she came and goes, I hope we can
It's for sure
see
go back in the shadows.
all of these things. Because
Of
there's
course.
a lot at stake.
Mhm.
To put it lightly, yes. I hope you have a lovely rest of the evening, Lady Rin. Don't worry, we'll try to put
be more
your
mindful.
mind at ease.
Mhm.
Smile.
And she goes, oh, and that book, you have 2 days with. And then she
Thank you.
just leaves.
So, note to self: just use my own name for now on. Got it. I'm renting books.
They say
But
honesty
didn't-
is the best policy.
Truth. That is true. Something to work on.
Were you going to ask me something, Taurin?
You had something to look for, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did. And we happen to be right in front of the section I was looking for. And we would be in front of the
Very conveniently.
geography and yeah. I'll pretend we were walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As we talk. Perfect.
And yeah, I would start peering through the shelves and looking for the oldest volumes possible for any world maps or atlases or any accounts of lizard folk villages east of Portstrail, across the way.
I am going
Thorin could help us with that too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. I want you, Rexmoa, to give me an investigation check. Just you, even though you're getting help, this will determine what you find and how long you take to find. So just an
Let's
investigation.
investigate.
All right. So
Ah.
Rexmoa,
Damn.
I would not consider this a fail, and I will tell you why. Rexmoa, you take your time looking through book after book after book after book, trying to find anything of what you're looking for. This place that seemingly has been lost and disappeared out of nowhere. You keep searching and searching more and more books. The tables are starting to get filled up with the books that you've already skimmed through. And you take a while. I'm I'm talking a few hours of just looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. As I said, this is not a fail. You are able to. This is more of like how much you take in your search. And there is no information. Nothing at all. Not even a single mention. The books that you've taken time to read, nothing. All of them that you've set on the table, bookshelves are slightly empty or because of the time that you've taken. People have come and gone, like even the clerics of the library are starting to help put books again in the shelves because like it's becoming a mess. There is no information.
Would I have sufficiently like gone through basically like
Oh yeah.
like their entire selection?
Yeah. As I said, this investigation is not a fail in what you find. It's how long you're going to take in trying to find this information. And you let this search kind of get to you. It gets in your head and you start like frantically searching for what you're trying to find. And yeah, as I said, you search. There is no information. You taken quite a few hours because you were stubborn enough that you didn't want to let this thing be a reality.
Absolutely. What is Taurin doing while this is happening?
Taurin, yeah, that's a good question. What is Taurin doing? You would have started to help Rexmoa, but after the first 10 or so books,
50 books.
50 is probably even saying too much. But
I'm just saying.
yeah,
I know. I
yeah.
was just playing.
But it's at some point you're like, okay, well, this is not giving any results. And while Rexmoa just stays stubbornly looking and looking and looking and looking, what are you doing?
Taurin would probably, there's stacks of books at this point, right? She would have a little chair out of those stacks of books kind of made for her. So she probably has a book over her face, kind of taking a quick little cat nap, probably. A little tired.
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
Waking up going, oh, all right, back to this. What were we looking for again? And then she'll look over to Rexmoa. Any luck?
Rexmoa is deeply involved in just homing over these books, looking for any sign of Marrow, any trace, any mention, any lead. And he almost doesn't hear the question. And I think he responds oh, what was that?
Oh, still looking, I see, huh? And she'll close the book she has.
Yeah, it's
so
important to me.
Right. I mean, it's your home, right? That you're looking for?
Yeah, that's right. There has to be something. The last expedition I went on, it was civilization. No name. The oldest set of ruins that anyone's ever found. Beyond any written date, beyond the understanding of any written language. And yet it was there, waiting, the entire time. If Marrow isn't in these books, if it isn't in any map, if it isn't on anyone's minds, I don't think that means it's gone. It's out there. Somehow.
Maybe hidden from the world some way, you think?
It's perfectly possible. I mean, this dig site that we went to, who was concealed with an illusory magic, the likes of which, well, we haven't seen before. It almost kind of reminded me of the wall underground that hides the entrance to House Trishul.
Oh.
Something that no one even knew to recognize. All these books, Taurin. Not a single mention.
I mean, it could be the scholars here just don't know about it.
You take the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
I think that's exactly it. Well, thank you for sticking by, and even if you did get a little creative with the literature, and Rexmoa is kind of surprised by the little, book fort chair construction that you made. I know not the most thrilling way to spend an evening, but it's something that I needed to do. It was on my mind since we first talked about it.
Right. Because it is concerning that no one knows anything about it. And, like, there's nowhere, it's not on any cartography anywhere, Well, she know that. She is a druid. Hang on, cartography. Well, she's traveled. Yeah, she's well traveled. Never mind.
Yeah, I can totally believe that she wouldn't know what cartography is.
She's a merchant. She got this.
That's the question, right? How do you make a city disappear? A hub of knowledge.
You said it was by the sea?
Yeah. Right by the ocean. You could look out and see no land for miles and miles on end. There were some merfolk communities around, but they like to keep to themselves aside from trade and, of course, to study at the university as well.
Merfolk. Huh. That reminds me of Miss Bell. I think that was the first merfolk I met.
Yeah. A bit like the merfolk that lay under the city. Except, just as any cultures can differ, they had their own way of life as well. Which reminds me, your encounter with Ixis. What was it like? I've been worshipping her my entire life, and not even I have been blessed with an encounter face-to-face like you have.
Oh. Ixis was mighty. Like, she was huge. No words can describe it. It's just the power you just felt in that moment.
They say that she can inhabit any body of water, from the smallest puddle to the vastest ocean, and that her form adapts to wherever she chooses to exist.
True shapeshifter.
Indeed.
You know,
do you think she did that? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That was my question exactly. Why the flood? Why the tidal wave?
A reminder, perhaps? Well, I'm sure. Quiz time. You are aware of her domain, correct?
That she's of the water and the sea.
But beyond that, Taurin. Willpower. Determination. Something that you have been chosen for, because she sees that you embody it. And I will admit, I can see it. After all, staying in a library for hours on end when you don't exactly know what you're looking for isn't an easy task, any means.
I guess that's what she's noticed, then. Didn't think I harbored those, to be honest. I guess those traits.
What traits do you think you embody then?
Sometimes I think I'm just a coward.
Why is that? I haven't met many cowards who, well, take the shape of a bear or a boulet and decide to charge headfirst into whatever type of monster decides to bless us for the day.
Maybe because I hid instead of fighting that day. For my sister's sake, you know?
Mm-hmm. Was he there? This, what's his name? Brian fellow?
Oh. Dusan?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we meet her, Ryan? Torn will ask. Curious.
Wait, what did you ask?
Did we meet her, Ryan?
No.
Out of curiosity, she's just being silly.
No.
For
Well,
her
maybe
character.
one day. Or
Maybe.
perhaps this, maybe Dusan is a Brian now.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, he does like to change his name, apparently.
But yeah, back to the matter at hand. So was he involved in all of that? I mean, you described yourself and your journey with that Moonlight Guild.
The syndicate.
But,
Yeah. He... What's weird is that he introduced me to the guild. I remember that faintly. Or was that a dream?
A dream?
It all feels so unreal, you know? Like, it all happened.
Rexmoa stares at the atlas that he has open at the moment. Yeah. Just like a dream.
Well, thinking about it isn't going to, I guess, do anything. I guess getting answers from him himself would be the best way to go about it, you know?
Yes, I think that we should bring it up with Lady Borealis, probably. I mean, as head of her noble house, perhaps, she might be well acquainted with the others.
I would hope so. Maybe going to visit her in the house. Tishful, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I mean, how could I forget after today? If we're gonna use their name, we may as well remember it.
Gotta memorize it. Yes.
And then he takes a quick look around for any flies that look like cats or something.
There is nothing
Little
around,
cattail.
as you can see. But I will say, after, this moment and you guys helping to set the library back to where it was with some of the clerks, you guys would head out trying to find accommodations for the night, because all the time that you've pretty much already used, it's going to become nighttime soon. And
Yeah, we definitely spent a long time in that library.
exactly.
Very long time.
And I think that with that, we're going to end the session for today.
Oh.
And we'll see what happens next. That's
Until next time.
some insane.
We're on Sundays now.
Jesus Christ.
Sunday.
I was about to say
Sunday.
for everybody who's watching
Be
us,
there Be there, be there.
Exactly. For everybody who's watching us, we have switched the day. We're not doing Wednesday anymore. We're going to do Sunday from now on. It's gonna be better. The hours, we'll see if we do earlier or later. That will be decided. But we'll see about that. But for now, let us say goodbye to the people watching the VODs on the YouTube channel. Goodbye. Watching the VODs.
Goodbye.
Bye, Bots, Bob.
Peace and rest.
Sir.
Clyde.